We are skipping ahead. Last psalm I recorded was Psalm 66, but when I read Psalm 77 the other day, this was one that I just felt like I needed to dig into. And so, skipping ahead to Psalm 77 today, we read in Eugene Peterson's Message translation. I yell out to God. I yell out with all my might. I yell at the top of my lungs, and he listens. I found myself in trouble, and I went looking for my Lord. My life was an open wound that wouldn't heal. When friends said everything will turn out all right, I didn't believe a word they said. I remember God, and I shake my head. I bow my head and wring my hands. I'm awake all night, not a wink of sleep. I can't even say what's bothering me. I go over the days one by one. I ponder the years gone by. I strum my lute all through the night, wondering how to get my life together. Can you feel the anguish in this person? Will the Lord walk off and leave us for good? Will he never smile again? Is God's love worn threadbare? Is God's salvation promise burned out? Has God forgotten God's manners? Has God angrily stalked off and left us? Just my luck. The high God goes out of business just the moment I need him. Once again, I'll go over what God has done. I'll lay out on the table ancient wonders. I'll ponder all the things you've accomplished and give a long, loving look at your acts. Oh God, your way is holy. No God is great like God. You're the God who makes everything happen. You showed everyone what you can do. You pulled your people out of the worst kind of trouble. You rescued the children of Jacob and Joseph. Ocean saw you in action, God. It saw you and trembled with fear. Deep ocean was scared to death. Clouds belched buckets of rain. Sky exploded with thunder, your arrows flashing this way and that. From whirlwind came your thundering voice. Lightning exposed the world. Earth reeled and rocked. You strode right through ocean. You walked straight through roaring ocean. But nobody saw you come or go. Hidden in the hands of Moses and Aaron, you led your people like a flock of sheep. Our poet, Katina Washington Leaphart, writes a poem entitled Your Silence. The pit of despair is dark, Holy One. My body has been heaving, racked with sobs. My appetite for food has diminished, and I subsist on a diet of what-ifs and replayed mental tapes. I spend my days and nights in a fog. Rest eludes me, but it hurts too much to sleep. Sorrow's grip on my spirit is like a vice. The pain is visceral, like nothing I have ever felt. My faith tells me that I should pray, that God will hear my call and answer. But as yet another tear drops and I scream into my pillow in agony, and your silence is deafening. Both the poem and the psalm are laments. They're honest callings out, pleading for the work of God. In Peterson's translation of the last verse, what spoke to me was this statement about hidden in the hands of Moses and Aaron, you led your people like a flock of sheep. That in those that were leading the Hebrews through the wilderness, that through their hands, God led the people. In the season of Pentecost, we have a banner hanging in the sanctuary of our church. that says God has no hands but ours. With everything that's going on, the voices crying out for justice and change, we can pray, we can sing, we can talk. But God has no hands but ours. For change to happen, it's got to be my hands and your hands, my feet and your feet, my heart and your heart, my mind and your mind. If we want change, we got to let God work through us and be willing. Be willing to be used as God wants to use us. Because there's a lot of laments going up to God right now. And I so want to come to a place where we can proclaim the mighty works of God, the transformation that comes about in this world. But it takes my hands. It takes your hands. It takes white hands and brown hands and black hands. It takes old hands and young hands. It takes all hands to be God's hands. Grace and peace be with you.